keep on falling in love. What a girl wants, what a girl needs, whatever makes her happy will set you free. And I'm thanking you for giving that to me. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, y'all didn't know I could dance? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now, of course, thank you to all of my new subscribers and to all of you who have been with me from day one. Now, today, we are getting into the age-old question of what do women want? Now, you guys have a lot of questions, but today, you're gonna get the answers to a lot of those questions that you provided me with. Now, I've searched high and low, and I've found various races, cultures, and backgrounds to answer those questions that you have. Now, disclaimer, yes, some of them are single, but some of them are happily married and taken or in a committed relationship. But I wanted to give you the nitty-gritty, and I wanted you to get the truth behind these questions. So stick with me. We're gonna go on our little journey, have a little bit of fun, and get those answers you've been desperately searching for. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find. Catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. And find me a perfect guy. So the first question is going to be an easy question. Why do we play hard to get? Guys, we want to know that we are worth it. We want to know that you will chase us and you care enough to try and to work and to give your all into getting us on that first date or getting us into a relationship. This is the beginning. So if this is how you are at the beginning, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna show how you are in the middle or long term. So that is why we play hard to get. We like the chase, and I'll admit that. We like the chase. Moving right along to question number 2. Why do we use filters to catfish, you guys? Now listen. I'm not big on filters. I'll say this, that a lot of the times, women, we are our biggest critics. So the reason why we put filters on there, guys, it's not to catfish you. It's because we want to feel a little bit more beautiful that day. Or we want to slim our face down a little bit more that day. Okay, so it's not intentional to you to say, oh, hey, you're gonna get this. And then when you show up to my door, I look totally different. Okay, so we don't do that with the intentions of catfishing you. Okay, most of the times when we use filters, there is a reason behind it. And 9 times out of 10, it's because we are so judgmental with our own selves to look a certain way because we think that that is what society wants, okay? Now, moving on to question number 3. We're gonna dive a little bit deeper here, and this question is pretty loaded. Do women of 2020 still believe in being submissive? Do we need to feel safe to be vulnerable? So I went ahead and I got a little bit of help from one of my good friends.
Hey loves, it's your girl Mallory Raquel from Mallory Raquel Hair on YouTube. I focus on natural hair, beauty, and lifestyle, so be sure to check it out. What I look for in a man? Hold on, let me get my notes. First things first, I want someone who I can just be a woman with. It might sound crazy, but when you're with the right man, being a woman is easy. You can be a little bit soft, you can be less defensive, you can even be submissive. You can just be. And you can put away your gangster for a little bit. I need that. It goes without saying that trust is very important. I want to be able to trust you and I want to feel safe around you. You will literally get the best version of me if I feel safe around you. And I naturally flourish in healthy environments. If I'm not vulnerable around you or with you, I don't trust you. And I'll continue to protect that version of me until I can. Ultimately, I want someone who speaks my language. Not English, not any other dialect, but my love language. I don't want to spend forever translating my every action. And last but not least, this gonna go over some people's heads. I want a man that's gonna continue trying even after he has me. I'm drop the mic right there. And don't get it twisted. Whatever I require, I can provide.
Do we still care about what you look like? Is attraction the only thing we care about? I'm bringing another one of my friends on to help me answer that question.
Hey guys, this is Wayne from Wayne K Artistry, and I want to share to you guys my ideas of what I like and dislike in a guy. So let's start with what I like. So physically, I am attracted to a guy who have beautiful eyes. I love blue eyes, but he doesn't have to have blue eyes, just beautiful eyes in general. I like tall guys, and it's a plus if we have a tattoo. Personality-wise, I like a guy who have sense of humor and just someone who can pull off any conversation and you can tell that he is smart. My ideal guy would be someone who is kind and respect all women and elderly. It's very important to me as well that a guy is family oriented. I am from Philippines, so we have super close family ties, so that is very important to me. I also like a guy who is opposite of my personality. So I like a guy who is more calm and spontaneous. Oh, and also someone who can cook, because I can't. It is a total turn off for me if someone have a bad body odor or doesn't practice good personal hygiene. I don't like a guy who is total show off and a womanizer. It is a deal breaker for me if he's a cheater and someone who doesn't like kids, because I obviously like to have our own family.
We are continuing to answer those difficult questions and those loaded questions. So another one is communication still key? Are we willing to compromise? And what does consistency look like to us? Here goes another one of my friends.
Hi everyone, I'm Nikita. I'm a single woman, and when I think about three things that I want or need rather in a man to really form a strong foundation and successful relationship, I need a guy who is God-fearing, number one. He has to have a relationship with God. If he does not have a relationship with God, it's just not going to work. That's a deal breaker for me, and it's just that simple. Another thing would be he has to be consistent. He has to be consistent. How you start is how you finish. How you get me is how you keep me. So yeah, his efforts has to be consistent. Also, he has to be emotionally intelligent. We have to be able to communicate. We have to be able to solve conflicts. One thing I do dislike when talking to a guy, if I'm either talking about something that is related to the two of us or just something that may have, you know, happened throughout my day, I dislike when a guy responds with, "Oh, wow. Oh, that's crazy." Like, I need more. I need some feedback. Like, we have to be able to have a conversation. Communication is very, very, very important for me. So yeah, I mean, that's my deal breaker, my dislike, the things that I need. I've come a long way. So it took me a long time to get here. So I'm just not willing to compromise certain things. Yeah, there are some things that has to be compromised, but those 3 things in particular are just not something I'm going to compromise. And yeah, I just choose not to settle. I'm single by choice. I'm patiently waiting for the man that God specifically chooses to enter my life and be with me. So that's about it.
Now, fellas, are you goal-oriented? Are you driven? Do you have a drive within you? If that woman was the breadwinner? So that was a question that you asked. Do we still think that the man is the only person that should be the breadwinner? Well, let's tune on in and see what my friend has to say.
Hi, this is Amber, aka Malibu Stacy, here on YouTube. I can tell you for myself, because every woman is different, you would really be surprised to know what it is that I actually want in a man. I myself, I am a career woman. I make big, important decisions regarding hundreds of thousands of dollars in a day. Every hour I'm in a meeting, I'm headed to a meeting, we're discussing a meeting. So my day's filled with making a lot of decisions and being in charge of a lot of things. So you would think that I would want a companion that I could. No, it is the exact opposite. I personally want a man that I am comfortable releasing all of that to and not having to worry. I want a man that I can be completely comfortable and safe with just letting them take charge. I don't care what you do, just don't guide me in the wrong direction. Have enough respect for me to come to me and ask my opinion, appreciate my opinion, understand that I'm intelligent enough to make this decision the same way you are, but that I'm actually trusting you to make this decision for us. And you may be shocked, but a lot of women want that. They want that security. Security is the main thing that women want from a man. And it does not always translate into financial security. Someone can have all the money in the world, but you feel so unsecure and so unsafe in that relationship that it's not what you want. You can't even fully give yourself because you never know what's going to happen next. So the main thing is stability. Attraction to me comes in many forms. As far as me being attracted to a man, the number one thing that I'm attracted to in a man is his ambition. If he is a hustler, a go-getter, and he's always looking to improve and looking to strive, that is something that will make even the ugliest man the most attractive man on the planet. Okay. I want someone who's presentable, someone who's clean. You don't have to be in the highest end of clothing. You don't have to be driving the nicest car, but can the car be clean? Can you be clean? Can those tennis shoes not have black scuffs all over them?
This question right here, it's a very light, easy question, but a lot of you had this question. And the question is, why do women wear makeup? So I'm gonna bring one of my friends in on this.
What's up? My name's Taylor and I have a YouTube channel called Taylor Colby, and today I'm just going to be answering a couple questions. The first one being why I like to wear makeup, and the second one, my top 3 turnoffs. So the first question, why I like to wear makeup. I really like to wear makeup because, for one, it's really fun to do. It's fun to experiment with different colors and, shading techniques. And also, it just makes me feel confident. When I wear makeup, I just feel so much more confident. I feel like I can be myself because I feel good. I feel like I look good. And even if, someone doesn't think it looks good, it's not really about what other people think, like how I look. It's about like how I feel, and it makes me feel confident, so I'm gonna wear it. And the second question, my top 3 turnoffs, and the first one is poor hygiene. I do not like someone who stinks. I'm sorry to say it, but I like, a nice clean mouth, armpits not to smell like BO. I just like hygiene. I'm a clean person, and I just like my partner to be clean as well. And my second turnoff would be someone who just has a really poor outlook on life, or just is really negative all the time. I understand, people have bad days, and that's completely different, but just someone has a poor attitude and just constantly negative and can never see any good in life. That's just something I'm not attracted to. I really like, I love life, and I'm happy, and I just like to surround myself with happy people as well. And the third turnoff for me is someone who's just mean or disrespectful. I don't like to be called names, or for someone to be judgmental of other people. I'm a very open-minded person who's very accepting, and someone who's just hateful and mean, that's just not for me. So
this question is pretty deep, and I was actually surprised that one of you guys actually had it as a question, but I think it's because it's something that is becoming more and more common for that want or that need for most women who are established. And it is talking about religion and old school values. So I'm going to bring in another one of my friends to answer this question for us.
Hi guys, my name is Anissa, creator of Annie's Blue Couch. When it comes to relationships and guys and marriages, my first question, do you love God? My second question would have to be, what is your plan? You've got to be a man with a plan. You've got to have a vision. You've got to be going somewhere. It may not be a perfected plan, because maybe I'm the missing link, but you've got to at least have one. When it comes to turnoffs, I'm probably a little old school here, but you are not showing up to my house to take me anywhere, honking your horn. I'm sitting in my house, and I will remain in my house until you get out of your car and ring my bell. Of course, you got to smell good, be able to have a conversation, be interested, genuinely interested in my dreams, my goals, the things that I'm passionate about. But I think the thing that is definitely the deal breaker for me is whether or not you are a God-fearing man. I firmly believe that any man who loves God more than he loves me will never do anything to intentionally hurt me. And if I am hurt along the way, he would be very, very quick to say I'm sorry and make it right.
For 2020, I'm assuming that this is the reason why this question is coming up. And it's probably because more and more women are becoming stronger and believing in themselves and stepping out of their comfort zones and taking charge. And not that we weren't doing it before, but I think with so much going on, it has become very, very dominant and actually something where we just have to do. And we kind of lost sight of the things that used to get us giddy inside, and we're very business oriented and goal oriented. And the question is, do we still want to be romanced? Do we still think that romance is on the table? Do we still like a soft guy? Do we still like the things that we used to like?
Hi everyone, so my name is Carla, and what am I looking for in a man? I am looking for a person that's adventurous, I'm looking for honesty. I'm also looking for patience, compassion, loving, understanding, romantic. That's what I'm looking for in a man. My turnoffs are bad hygiene. I love a man who always smells good, who is always clean, who doesn't burp, fart, or anything in front of a girl. That is major. Let's see what else. Likes. Well, I love if they speak another language. I think that that's very romantic and very sexy as well. Let's see, must-haves. I would like somebody to be a little bit taller than I am. I'm not tall or anything, but I would like a guy who is taller than me. And I don't like skin and bones. I like to touch some meat or muscle. And and deal breakers, I think the deal breakers would have to be bad hygiene. I think that's very, very big for me. I don't like guys who feel comfortable with burping loudly or farting or looking like a mess or, you know, smelling like BO. I don't like that. He has to be well put together and he has to smell great always. So those are the things that I am looking for in a man.
This question right here, it talks about success. And I find it interesting that this question was also on the table because yes, everybody does define success as something that is a little bit different to whatever their goals or their background has been thus far. So the question was, what do we think a successful man looks like? So, of course, I'm bringing in another friend to answer that question for you.
Hey guys, it's Jenny. So you guys, one turn on for me is if they smell really, really, really good. Turn off for me if they smell really, really bad, like straight up turn off. Okay, 2, if they are successful, hardworking, or have goals. If they have no goals, then forget it. Straight out turn off. I mean, like, it could be like a goal as like easily as going to school. It doesn't have to be, that's what I consider successful as well. It doesn't have to be like super rich or anything like that. Okay, so deal breakers. Here's a solid deal breaker for me. Let's say I barely meet a guy and freaking he's cool. We meet one time and then he freaking blows up my phone with like texts. Deal breaker. Out. That means that guy is too clingy, too needy. No, definitely not a guy I would want to be with. Something that would like want me to be a guy's girlfriend is 1, definitely being successful and having a good sense of style. So being able to dress nice and not look like a total freaking, you know, a slob. So that right there would be a seal for me. If you're able to dress really nice, look successful, talk really, really nice, and yeah, and you smell good as well. That would be my must-haves and what I look for in a guy.
Moving right along. So, the last 2 questions I am going to answer. Now, the first question is, why do we expect you guys to pay for the first date? Now, this question is a little loaded, and I can't really say that I can answer for everyone, but I am going to give 2 answers to this. So the first side of this is, if you pay for the first date, once again, as I spoke of earlier before, what you do in the beginning kind of lays that foundation for what you are going to do later on. So by paying for the first date, it's kind of saying, hey, I'm here, I have arrived, and I'm going to take care of you. I am going to be that man that you need me to be. And growing up as a girl is kind of something that's just always been said to us. When you go on the first date, make sure that he opens the door for you and he pays for your meal and pays for everything. So it's also something that has kind of been ingrained in our minds as women growing up as well, to be treated with class, to be treated with this utmost respect. And that is definitely one side of it as to why we expect you guys to pay for the first date. And the other side of that would be, I don't think that every woman expects that. I really don't think that. I think that it depends on where that woman is financially, mentally, and spiritually, because it kind of all ties into play with the type of woman that you are also pondering after or chasing after. All of this ties into it. So I'm not going to say that all women want you to pay for the first date. People might want to go Dutch. They may want to actually pay for themselves to show you that they are depending on you. So not every woman requires you to pay for that first date. And the last question that we are going to wrap this video up with is, why do women expect men to read our minds? Listen, this question, for me, and I think I can speak for many women as well, it's not that we think that you guys are psychic. It's not that we think that, or we feel that you should know it all. When we say something, or when we do something, especially if we've been together for some time, we look at it as, you don't know us. You're not paying attention to the details. You're not taking the time to get to actually know us. There are things that you should know. So no, we don't expect you to know everything. But we do expect you to know the things that are things we do every day. We shouldn't have to tell you when we say, get what we always get. You know what I want. You should know what we want. Because it's the same thing we get from that restaurant or from wherever we're going or doing. Women who are settled and have a foundation, they're creatures of habit, guys. So what we like is what we like, and what we don't like is what we don't like. So the biggest thing that was on everyone's dislikes was hygiene. So make sure you smell good, guys. Make sure you put on a little bit of cologne, not too much, because sometimes we're just drowning in the smell, but just a little bit of cologne. Smell nice, look good, look nice. We take time to get dressed and get ready, so you should too. Now, sticking with me till the end of the video, because I really wanted to answer those questions that you guys gave me. I'm so grateful and so thankful to everyone who participated in creating this video. And definitely, guys, go ahead and take some time. Like, comment, subscribe to the females that were in this video. And any questions that we may have not answered that you want the answers to, drop a comment down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. I'm a grown woman. I do whatever I want. I'm a grown woman. I do whatever I want. Until next time.